Hi everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ty. I just had to come on here, y'all, to do a quick video to just praise the Lord. The Lord has changed so much in my life since I surrendered to the Lord. I remember starting my spiritual journey in 2017 and 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's 6 years in now. And I remember just literally at the beginning of the year of this year, 2023, I was in the year 2022, I was crying so much. I was healing things that I didn't even know that I still had hidden within me that was hurting me. And I just transformed into like another person when I started to not recognize myself. But I knew that the person I was turning into was for the best. It's for the better me. It was more like my higher self was stepping up and my flesh was taking a seat. And ever since I just allowed myself to really just spend that time by myself to get to know me again, you know, to really know me, not the me that was created from society, the real me, the me that God created, the me that God put into the womb of my mom when he brought me to this world. My blueprint, the answer. I am an answer to this world. So once I dive deep within myself, y'all, and I really just kept sitting with God by myself, my whole life has changed. I still work for other people because God's making a way so that I can have the money to invest into my own business. Today I'm wearing my own scrubs. As you can see, my name, my logo. Y'all, my business is called Glorious Home Care. I named it that because God told me to name it Glorious. When I named it Glorious, before I even named it Glorious, God gave me the name. God gave me the name of my business before I even knew I was going to have a business. And when I found out what business God wanted me to do, I told God, I don't want to do that. I wasn't even a nurse then, y'all. I didn't even know I was going to become a nurse. Like, things in my life has just been happening. And it's almost as if, like, it's happening for me. And I still don't, like, I'm sitting here now and I'm like, how did all this happen? And within those 6 years, y'all, like, I became a CNA. I remember everybody was telling me that you can't get a job at the hospital because, you know, they want you to have experience and all this stuff. I got a job at the hospital soon as I got my CNA license, y'all. 3 months after I got a job at the hospital, I was promoted to the lead PCT. Not only by the management, but by my fellow coworkers. When I worked there for 2 years, y'all. When I left that place, I don't even know what was, like, I remember writing my journal, like, and I still got it down. I was literally reading it last night, y'all. I wrote in my journal, and I was talking about how I just don't feel like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing more in life. Like, it's more to life than what I'm doing. And I started really getting tired of management treating you like garbage when you know you are worth way more than that. So in the midst of me going through that, y'all, you know what? I walked out and I just quit my job. And I didn't even know how I was going to pay my bills or none of that. Like, I literally just quit because I was just so overwhelmed with how things was going at the place, because everything started going downhill within those 2 years. Like, at the end, you know, a lot of things changed in that company. And one thing about companies that I'm learning is that a change can affect you. And what I mean by that is, it's a lot of people that's in power, especially the ones who are not that are not the same color as me. I hate to bring it up, but I just got to be real on my channel, so I got to keep it real. A lot of times they look at us African Americans and they feel like we're going to take anything, and I'm not quite sure why. I feel like it really has something to do with us not really embracing our power, because our ancestors couldn't. So maybe that gene was somehow passed along, or the powerful genes that we were born with was somehow, I don't know. But one thing that I know is that my powerful gene inside of me is still strong and activated. So with that being said, it's a lot of things that I ain't gonna lie. When I go to these jobs, I always end up having problems with people because I speak up for myself and I stand up for myself. But I feel like if you ain't gonna stand up for yourself, then who else will? And another thing, my ancestors have done too much for me to still be walking into these 9-to-5 jobs and feeling like I gotta bow my head to somebody when I feel like I'm not getting treated fairly or properly. If I treat you with respect, I expect the same thing in return. But unfortunately, from my experience as being an African American woman, I don't get that all the time. And most of the time when you go to management, it's a white person in management. And like I said, not all white people look at us equally or the same. And I have experienced that and seen that with my own eyes. So that's another reason why I just was like, you know what? I got to make something. I got to do something because this is not what it is. So I left the job, y'all. Didn't know what I was doing. Just left because I was tired of stressing, especially about a job. I feel like ain't nothing in this world should make me stress, especially a job. Like, I got enough things to worry about. The last thing I'm going to be stressing about is a job. It's too many jobs out here. And there's too many ways for us to create jobs of our own, to create generational wealth for our kids. So, sorry, y'all. My nose is running from me crying. I don't wipe my nose. But, so anyway, y'all, I quit my job. And then maybe like 2 weeks after that, I ended up signing up for school. I signed up for nursing school. So I went to nursing school. I was able to get by nursing school with my my lovely fiance that I love so much. He helped me. So I wasn't, I didn't have to really work like that because he helped me a lot. And I also got, financial aid and, assistance here and there. And whenever I could, I'm applying for it because anything free that I want it. And if I need it, I'm going to go get it because I ain't too proud or too ashamed to say that I'm using it. Food stamps, whatever it takes to get it, the job going to get done. And just because you're using something now doesn't mean it's going to be forever. So don't be ashamed of where you at right now. If you feel like, it's all going to happen in due time. Don't try to be on a high horse to make it like you better. You don't got to do none of that. Just be yourself. Be yourself and trust in the divine. The divine is within you. The only way you can tap into God's timing is if you tap into your own timing. Your timing it's an inner thing, not an outer thing. And sorry, I'm kind of getting sidetracked, but so I left there. I started nursing school. Y'all, I failed both of my exit tests when I finished nursing school at the end of the program. I was devastated. I was crying. I didn't even want to celebrate the fact that I even completed the program because I felt like I still failed. I didn't pass my exit test, not the first one or the second one. So I felt like a failure. And I beat myself up a lot about that. I ain't gonna lie, I did. But you know what, y'all? With me failing those 2 tests, it made me go even harder. And that's what I did. I studied even harder. And when I took my actual test, I passed on the first try. And ever since I did that, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I've been going through so many jobs trying to find a home, like, to work at. And it seemed like everywhere I go, it's always seemed like it's a problem. I keep running into problems. And at first I was thinking, well, maybe it's me. So I remember the last place I went that I just stopped working there yesterday. I told myself that no matter what happens, even when I start seeing them, treating me unfairly, whatever, I'm just going to try to deal with it and just stay this time. When I tell y'all, I tried the best I could. They didn't have nobody to train me. They had me coming in getting trained by caregivers and med techs. And I went into her office. I let her know, hey, I can't keep doing this. I really need to get trained by a nurse. Long story short, y'all, the next time I went in, they still didn't have they had a nurse there, right? And instead of me getting trained with the nurse, they put me on the floor as a caregiver. So I left and refused to take it. She fired me and told me that's abandonment because I didn't take the I didn't want to work on the floor, which, don't get it twisted, I don't have a problem with working as a CNA because I started from the bottom. So it's never a problem for me. Like I said, I'm never too good you know what I'm saying, to remember where I come from. But my problem was I'm a brand new nurse. And I want to get trained by a nurse so I can make sure that when I'm on this floor by myself, I know what I'm doing properly. Because if anything happens, it's fall back on me. And I'm going to lose my license. They're not going to lose their license. That's if they have one to lose. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, y'all, they didn't like the fact that I spoke up for myself. So, they still scheduled me to come in when I didn't have no one to train me. And long story short, she tried to fire me and say she's going to get me for abandonment, but I went over her head like I always do, because it's always somebody higher than that person who's trying to come at you. And when I did that, it all worked out. They called me yesterday. I was a little upset about the conversation because when I went in the office and told them what happened, I showed them the messages too to prove that she lied, because she lied to them and told them that I agreed to come in and work as a caregiver, which I don't understand. But anyway, so they seen that she was lying about that, and but that was 2 weeks ago. Not to mention, y'all, and I'm just not getting a call back from them yesterday. So 2 weeks without working, but by the grace of God, I wasn't stressing or worried. Clearly, because God will provide, and He is my provider. But within those 2 weeks, like I said, they I guess when they called yesterday, it was a change of heart, and they was kind of more siding with her. But hey. That's what happens. That's what happens when you work for other people and they're in power. They can do what they want to do, especially when they feel like your little problem is nothing to them because they got a million other things to do that they're getting paid for. So you coming in here with your problem, they're like sweeping it under the rug because they don't care. You're not their child. They don't care. But when vice versa, when they kids grow up and go through this shit, they be right there like, oh, that's not right. But anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. So I'm going today to another job at 2 to get a job, and I'm gonna get it. I know I'm gonna get it. I ain't worried. But anyway, y'all, my life's just been it's just been a roller coaster, and I know that God has been testing me, and some tests I have failed. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still trying to work on my temper when people pisses me off. But I have got so much better though. Like I got so much better, and God has just been working on me, y'all. And when I tell y'all it's for the good, it's for the better. And I just know in my heart that if things are looking like this now within them 6 years and seeing how much I have changed and been through things, I know that more is coming. And I'm just extremely blessed and thankful, and I just could not go on with the rest of my day without posting a video, not a short, because I always post short, but a video, just giving God His glory and sharing some of my story to let you know that if God will do it for me, He'll do it for you too. So don't give up on your dreams. Start the business for your family. Create generational wealth for the generation that's going to be here when you and your generation now is dead and gone. It's not just about us, y'all. It's a whole. We are in this together. So I love you guys so much. And I hope that you guys stay tuned. And if you don't do nothing else, if you don't get nothing else from my channel or my videos, y'all, take this message. When you put your faith and your trust in the divine that's within you, and you focus on you and no one else, just every single day, just do something to get you in a better position. I don't care if you spend just do something. And another thing too, try to meditate, even if it's 5 minutes a day. Start meditating more, eat more healthier food, because you are what you eat, and just only focus on you. And one of the biggest things too, don't talk about people. Like don't gossip, because you have to understand words are powerful. You saying certain things about certain people, wishing for people downfall, and just being jealous in a jealous spirit, that shit is powerful. And whatever you project out into this world to another spiritual being, it will come back to you. It will. And remember to always treat people the same way that you would like someone to treat you. Because you never know when God is using someone to see what you're going to do in a situation. So always ask yourself, what would God do? Because a lot of times we be so quick to spaz out about something. Like myself, sometimes I'm guilty of it. I ain't perfect. But sometimes God wants us to slow down. Think before you speak. Choose your battles wisely. Understand that you are protected. Understand that your ancestors are watching over you. And they're here to protect you, guide you, and give you the answers. But you have to ask for them. You gotta knock on the door. And they will answer. So I love you guys so very much. I hope everybody have a blessed day. And until next time.